Hey everybody, my name is Omari Pearson, and I'd like to welcome you back to the 2020-2021 academic school year. I know it's been a crazy time due to COVID, but I pray that you and your family is well and excited for this school year. I have the pleasure of just challenging you, not even really for the school year, but just going forward. Because this is a different time, right? We've all had to do adjusting. I had to say the plane was in the air and we had to build it and fix it and repair it while it was still in flight without letting or having it crash, right? No one wanted to have a plane crash, but guess what? I salute your administrators, your teachers, your counselors, your parents, everyone who was able to systematically figure out a way to make sure that no child was left behind. Now, as we go through this process, I really want you to think about this year in two different ways. I want you to view it from an opportunity perspective, and I want you to view it from just a clear, positive, like being an optimist in how you perceive what you have in front of you. So the question of it is, how will you maximize this year? Will you be one that will be complaining, or will you be one adjusting? Yeah, it's not what you want. I'm with you. It's completely different. I couldn't stand change, to be real with you. When I was younger, I loved my routine. I knew I woke up at a certain time. I knew I got dressed at a certain time. I knew I had to be out of the house at a certain time, to be at school for a certain time. I could have told you what was going to happen at the lunch table. I could have told you who we were going to interact with. I could tell you who I was going to avoid in classrooms. But guess what? You all are doing things differently. And that's okay. It's different. That doesn't make it bad. It just means that you now have to adjust. See, your generation is having a head start on what it took us a long time to get. In high school, for you all right now, you're literally being prepared for life. See, life has a way of throwing curveballs, but if you're in the batter's box, guess what? You still got a chance to swing. And yeah, it's a curve, but it might become right down that plate and you're ready to swing. And that analogy I give you is the analogy going forward in life. As you're thinking about this year, your perspective will be extremely important. Because if your perspective is out of alignment, guess what? You now put yourself in a position where you miss the opportunity to become better. What are your academic goals this year? Now, this is real for me. Are you planning on being the one engaged in your Zoom calls or your hybrid, whether your school's a hybrid, Zoom, or in person? Are you planning on being the front of the class? Are you the one that's saying, you know what, I'm kind of going to be involved, but I'm not really going to commit? Are you the one that said, I had a 2.7 last year, but I'm going to have a 3.4 this year? Are you the one that's actually challenging yourself? I challenge you to be better this year than you were last year. See, my goal every day is simple. I wake up every day hoping that I'm better today than I was yesterday. So my challenge for you is, can you be better academically this year than you were last year? That's a choice that you have to make. Your environment, the situation, the current outlook, the COVID situation has nothing to do with it. It's a choice in which you have to make. I've made a decision a long time ago that, hey, I'm going to be better every day than I was the day before. Does that happen all the time? No, I'll be lying to you. But those days that I actually go backwards, I make sure the next day I get back on track. I find the will to put myself in a position so that I maximize the most valuable commodity we have. This year, I want you to write on a piece of paper. What will your academic goals be? What classes do you need to improve on so you can reach those goals? So if you say you want to be a 4.0 student and you got a 2.0 work ethic, that's a problem because your potential was there, but there's no realistic plan. If you struggle with math, get math help. Call your school. Have your parents or guardians reach out to your teachers, or you reach out to your teachers and begin learning how to advocate for yourself if your parents are okay with that. Ask your teacher, hey, can I get extra help? Because listen, many of these states have mandatory community service hours. I don't know if that's the case for you, but if it is, that's an opportunity that now you can have other students who are excelling in certain schools and certain subjects to now begin to give you tutoring for free. But see, the problem normally is that a closed mouth doesn't get fed. We don't want to tell people our situation because we're afraid of how they will view us, as opposed to the results in which we will receive from getting the help we need. I challenge you this year to write out your academic goals. I challenge you this year to create a realistic plan of action. I challenge you this year to be engaged with your teachers. I challenge you this year to be respectful of others when you're on calls or in person. I challenge you this year to be an optimist in how you view things. I challenge you this year to be excited about everything in what you're doing. I challenge you this year to make the most of what you say you want to do. I challenge you this year to create a plan of action if you're in sports or activities. I challenge you this year to treat your brothers and sisters at home nice, because everyone in the house is trying to juggle. And I salute the parents who are working right now and also trying to oversee their kids the same way I salute teachers who have little kids at home while they're teaching others. And by the way, students, you are your teacher's extended family. Every year they're blessed to get a new crop of family. They love you all the same and they're pouring their hearts out to you. But give them a little patience. Give them a little understanding. Give them a little support. There's nothing wrong with you saying, I appreciate you, Mr. Blank or Mrs. Blank. Nothing wrong with that at all, because they're working hard. They're trying to make sure that you have everything you need to be successful academically, so that your academic goals can be met. And then more importantly, your academic goals can put you in a position to reach your career in college, trade, or military goals afterwards. See, that's how the process works in this life. And how you see these things and how you view these things are extremely important. Understanding that piece. Think about this year in a perspective, with the perspective rather, of I'm going to be better this year than I've ever been. I'm going to use this situation being at home as a motivation factor. I'm going to get up in the morning. Not I'm not going to go to class with my pajamas on. No, I'm going to get dressed. I'm going to act like I'm going to school, because mentally I want myself focused for my goals, because this is temporary. I know tough times don't last, but tough people do. I know I'm going to put myself in a position, because when I come out of this situation and we're not in hybrid, we're in full face-to-face, I'm going to be academically positioned. I'm going to get better in my reading. I'm going to get better in my math. I'm going to reach my academic goals. I'm going to be honor roll this year, and I'm going to put the work in to get it. My welcome back is a little different. My welcome back is really a challenge to you as a student. Because see, you're a scholar. And I use the word scholar not lightly, but understanding the true meaning of it. A scholar is a person who's now performing at the highest ability in which they can. You can't control people who are just naturally smart. I wasn't that kid. I had to work my butt off for it. Now, I had friends who were naturally smart. Things just came really, really easy. But guess what? I worked for mine. I made myself a scholar, because I wanted to grow. I wanted to learn. I wanted to come in and every day learn something new. Whether it was little or big, it didn't matter. I just wanted to grow. I want you to use your 2020 and 2021 year the same way. Use it as an opportunity to grow. Use it as an opportunity to become better academically. Use it as an opportunity to become better socially, emotionally. Use it as an opportunity to ask for help when you need. Because by the way, one of the greatest gifts in which you could ever learn while you're in school is learning how to advocate for yourself and communicate for yourself. It's learning how to be punctual in class. It's learning how to be engaged in class, not blending in with the crowd because you were never meant to blend in the first place. Leaders stand out. Leaders are on top of the hill, creating the light that everyone else can now follow and see how to get up there as well. You're a natural born leader, but it's your choice on whether you actually implement it or not. Perspective meets opportunity. Opportunity is before you, but your perspective will determine how you maximize it. I welcome you back to school. It was my pleasure speaking with you. I'm the CEO, president, and founder of Passion to Purpose LLC and Passion to Purpose Incorporated. And hear me, we believe in one thing: dreams rule everything around me. I'll say it again. Dreams rule everything around me. Dream, y'all, and make this a great year.